Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about the importance of choosing correct leagues for your build, or you can go for it from the other side, choosing build based on the league. So when you are just finishing Atlas, it doesn't matter too much what league you are doing, as long as you are getting some money for the progression. However, once you get into the late game, you have all the Atlas points. You want to be really efficient with what you are doing. You want to have as much profit per hour while also having the game fun. And the best way how to do it is to do the leagues that benefit your build. So if you want to play specific build, you need to tailor uh, your leagues towards your build. Or if you want to play specific leagues, you need to change your build to do these leagues easily and better. So we have here multiple categories. This is something that the build should have in order to deal with this league quite well. There are quite often multiple axes of this build, like strong build is the most demanding. It requires the most of everything. Clear builds, they mostly need just clear skill and high damage. Tankiness, they need mostly tankiness, but in this case, they also need something else like damage, but not that much. DPS builds, yeah, the more DPS, the better. Also, there is some aspect of clear, and there are some other aspects, but this is the most important. You need high damage. Speed, obviously, you need more than just a speed. If you make just speedy build, your build might lag, and it will not be enough to deal with the lead mechanic. However, those lead mechanics don't require that much except speed and nothing. Those are the leads that don't really scale from too much. Obviously, it needs still some build that can do something, but those leagues are not too demanding, and because of that, you don't really need anything. And there is also not a great way how to scale the reports, at least not from the point of your build. So when it comes to the strong build, we have here Delve, which you can farm on lower levels, but it's not great. Like the deeper you go, the more money you have, and because of that, it's usually a great idea to have strong build and go down and down, and don't really go sideways. And this way, you ensure that you have the most money. This is not really fun, so that's the reason why people play up to a certain level, and their build still feels good enough. However, the stronger the build, the deeper you can go and the more money you will make. So that's why you need strong build for Delve. Expedition is one of the hardest mechanics as well. It doesn't scale like the Delve. It doesn't go from easy to hard. It's just hard everywhere. Like you can do like tier one maps, but who's doing tier one maps? There are some strategies that go with tier one maps. Expedition is not it because Expedition scales heavily with the map level, um, with the quantity, with the pack size, and sometimes even with rarity. So yeah, you want to choose it up. You want to use all the scraps and make it very hard. And Expedition is very hard. So you need strong build both when it comes to damage and when it comes to survivability. And with Delve, it's the same. You need both of those things. If you don't have those, you just cannot progress. Then we have clear leagues. Those demand, as I said, mostly damage and clear. So Legion is the most clear demanding. Breach is not that demanding, but it's usually played on clear builds. It's fast. If you have more clear, it's better. You don't really need that much defense. Obviously, defense is always good, but it's not really required here. So it shares the requirements with other strategies. Delirium makes them up harder and gives you more rewards. And it scales with how much enemies you kill, which is clear strategy. Beyond is similar. It gives you more enemies and potential chance for more rewards. Again, clear strategy. Abyss, I'm not sure if it's really a clear strategy. Depends on how the new Abyss will work. In the previous league, I would maybe put it into nothing because it doesn't scale that much, but it's hard to judge Abyss. There are some rare monsters that are kind of tanky. You could also maybe say that speed benefits that, but in my opinion, Abyss has been in the past used mostly in combination with clear strategies, so yeah, that's why I'm putting it here. You don't really need that much defense, or you didn't need that much defense before, so yeah, having high damage and high clear would benefit Abyss. Tankiness, Ultimatum, there are multiple axes of this of Ultimatum. You can go for, or rather, you can find circles where you need to stand. This requires high tankiness. You could go for survival, which requires only tankiness. You can go for click kill or protect the altar, which requires also pretty good damage. Not like huge damage like some other strategies, but it requires some damage. But the biggest issue that players usually have is with their tankiness. So that's why the ultimatum is the number one tankiness. If you have tanky class, ultimatum might be for you. Then we go for DPS, and those leagues require as much DPS as you can get. Potentially, Blight might be nothing because you can go for the keystone that makes it much easier with the turrets to kill enemies. However, if you use the scarabs that make the Blight much harder, I don't think that the turrets will be enough. And that's why you need DPS. To get the maximum reward, you need high DPS. Also, some kind of clear because there is a lot of monsters, so killing them, having explosions is nice. But mostly you need to kill the like strong monsters, so for that you need high DPS. Sanctum, your defense doesn't matter too much, if at all, because the monsters just don't deal that much damage. The last fight, I think it's called Lucia. She can kill you. She did kill me in the past, while the previous, not haste, Sanctum did nothing to me. So yeah, you still need some tankiness, but it's not huge. You can easily go with like no tankiness into Sanctum and have success because they don't deal that much damage. And in this case, DPS is the best way how to do well in Sanctum. Beat are leagues that usually don't need that much, but you get way more money if you're a faster, like way more money. Like when it comes to DPS, yeah, you don't, you cannot really speed up Sanctum or Blight or Ultimatum, but speeding up those leaks is quite easy. You just go to the location, you kill the enemies, you get a reward. So yeah, you need some single target. However, betrayal enemies, they're not really that much tougher than map bosses. They deal some damage, but it's not that terrible. So you need mostly speed for this. I could also say nothing, but it really benefits speed. So you need decent build with speed. For haste, you want some survivability, some damage, but it doesn't. You don't even need any damage, but it's a better idea to have some damage. But you need speed most of all. Essence, you could say that this is kind of hard league, but the fact that you can run Essence on low tier maps and have the same rewards makes this speed strategy. Bestiary. I'm not exactly sure about this, but to my knowledge, Bestiary also can be run on low tier maps. I haven't tested this. I was running this on higher tier maps, but if it's true, it's definitely a speed strategy. But if you run tier 16s, you need combination of DPS and speed to run to the monsters fast and kill them fast because the bestiary monsters have kind of a lot of health. So yeah, you need both of these if the reward scale with tier, but I'm not sure about this. Incursion can definitely be run on low tier maps. I've tested this. Yeah, there is no difference at all. It's just faster because you kill the bosses faster. So you just need speed, and you run to the bosses, you kill them, and you can get the rewards. Scales heavily with speed. And then we have nothing, and those are the leagues that don't really give you more money if you are stronger in some aspect. They require so little player power, player tankiness, player speed that you can play this with any build. We have here domination, which are the shrines. They don't really give you money. They give you buffs, so your character doesn't really require anything. Ambush is usually played in clear strategies, but what do you need for ambush? You need like 8 modded maps, but ambushes themselves are quite easy. So I wouldn't say that this requires anything. Like maybe scraps, like it's scrap heavy. You need the scraps for more rewards, but it doesn't require specific build. Harvest, it's kind of easy strategy. You need like definitely some damage. You need definitely some tankiness, but it's not to the level of other strategies. Obviously, speed helps you to find it, but usually you only need to find one harvest. So once you find it, it's map finished. So it doesn't require anything. Settlers of Kalgur, it heavily depends on how you want to collect the gold. You can use it in combination with clear strategy. You can just farm gold in some way, which I will not consider here in this video. But once you have the gold, it doesn't require anything. Then we have here a ritual, which, yeah, some might argue is kind of you need some tankiness to not lose the rewards. You need some clear to do it faster, but it's kind of on the level on harvest. Like it's not that much harder than tier 16 if you are doing this on tier 16s. So this is how to choose the leagues to play based on your build, or to choose the build you want to play based on the league. Also, it's kind of important to think about how you want to play, because some people like to play only one league and do it very fast. Like some people want to do very fast haste or incursions or bestiaries and don't do anything else. But this can also like reduce enjoyment very fast, because if you are doing one thing over and over, it can become stale and boring. So for this, I might suggest you to do multiple strategies at once. And in this case, you need to choose strategies that one of them requires only few scraps and the other requires few other scraps. Because if you have like scrap heavy strategy like expedition, you cannot really put that incursion, because incursion requires at least one scrap. So yeah, there are some combinations that go well together and some that don't. Also, if your character is, for example, speedy and has DPS, then you can do all of those leaks. So it's not like you have fast character and you can do only those leaks. You can combine them and have bigger amount of leaks you can do, or you can go like speed and tankiness, and you can do like incursion ultimatum. You could also go one atlas and other atlas and specialize only one thing and swap them so that you don't get bored. But players usually don't swap strategies that much. They run only the best strategy. So yeah, maybe if you get bored easily, it's a better idea to go like two strategies at once in one atlas and do them over and over. For example, I love the expedition and harvest, because both of them scale with quantity and pack size, which goes well together. However, right now there are so many scraps that are required to play together that this is not really something that can be done anymore. So maybe you can do incursion and betrayal, because those don't require that much scraps. Yeah, so that's everything about how to choose league, how to choose character for the league. The league needs to fit your character.